time, and also a celebration for the space in which we are. That also took a lot of work for a long time to accomplish, with a lot of people, with a lot of hours, a tremendous amount of dedication to the institution, but also ultimately to our students. My name is Luis Montenegro. I'm the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs here at BCC. And I'd like to first introduce to everyone here our academic leader, the person that sets the North Star for our campus, our interim president, Dr. Milton Santiago.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a real pleasure for me to be here today in this celebration. You know, I think that any time a community college like ours, Bronx Community College, has relationships with collective bargaining unions like the AFL-CIO and others, I think those are great partnerships, right? Because, you know, as we all have learned over the years, you know, that's where the real blue-collar type of jobs are that really move our economy, middle-class jobs, et cetera. And this program that Clement has put together here, it's one that has benefited so many students that have come through this program, right? I think the average salary when they get out of here is in the mid-70s or higher. And so, you know, I think that's a great salaries for students who come in who don't have a bachelor's degree. And like that, we have other programs here at the college, but this one is about, you know, our automotive program. And the program has been around for probably nearly 30 years. Obviously, it changes every year because cars get a little bit more modern, and there are different things that go into making cars more efficient in terms of pollution, et cetera. And so, you know, we've been on the cutting edge of that as well. We've had a great relationship with Nissan Motors, and they have been able to support our program by providing vehicles that students can work on, including electrical vehicles, right? You know, we also are doing a training with the New York City public schools for training mechanics for their electrical buses, right? The city has decided, or the New York Department of Education has decided that they want to have electrical buses transporting students and not have buses that pollute the air. We all know that, you know, the Bronx, again, you know, has had issues of asthma across, you know, over the years, highest incidence of those kinds of things. So anytime that we can eliminate pollution, I think it's a good deal, and I think that this program will go a long way to do that. So, you know, I want to thank everyone who came here today for this celebration, and I hope that you know, you walk out with more information about the wonderful things that this program has done for our students and for their families. Thank you so much.
So what I'd like to do right now is give you a brief overview of the program, a little bit of a history of the program from the time that I really became involved in it. Some of you may or may not recall that I was chairperson of the Physics and Technology Department. I actually started there in that role in 2004. And at the time, I was given a task by the then provost, George Sanchez, who has recently retired. He said that you need to bring the automotive program to prominence. It's a great program. It has great potential. It's not where it should be. We toured the place. We actually went to visit another college, a SUNY college, that had our colleague here leading that program. And I saw what the potential of the program could be, what it could be transformed to. Those of you who may remember at the time, the classrooms and labs were in the basement of Nichols, and it wasn't a site for weak hearts, as well as in basement of Sage Hall and Bliss as well. So with funding from Perkins over a 3-year period, we decided to renovate the entire space, to reconsolidate space into 2 locations. But we know that we needed also a change in leadership. We needed someone who was an effective manager, a transformational manager. We also needed someone who loved challenges because this was a clear challenge. We needed someone that had a vision to bring a program to prominence and make it what it is today, as you now see. We needed someone who had connections in industry so that our graduates would have a place to go to through those connections. We also needed someone that, frankly, would be a hard taskmaster because this is a difficult task. And luckily, we got Clem. So one of the best hires that I made in the time that I was chairperson of the department, we hired Clem in summer of 2006. Yes. So we're getting close to 18 years now, still going strong. And he had a really hard task. First, to modernize the program, both physically, but also in terms of its curriculum, because we also aimed at making the program accredited by the ASC, Education Foundation. And within the first 3 years of his appointment, and with investment that we have from Perkins over close to $800,000 over a 3-year period, we modernized the equipment, we revamped the curriculum, we also hired faculty, and we received accreditation by NATEF. Now it's ASC. Do you recall the initial accreditation date?
We're on to our 5th. What, the accreditation?
Yeah.
Will serve as a excellence foundation.
Yeah. So we are in our first reaccreditation cycle, and each one, I believe it's
5 years.
5 years. So we're in good shape. We're in good shape. I think the initial ones are shorter. That's why it's 18 years. But so I know that the program has transformed incredibly since that time. Through that time, Clem has also established formal relationships with Nissan, with other partners as well. Again, ultimately for the benefit of our students, to ensure that the students in the classroom, in the lab, in the shops, have the best educational experience, so that when they go out in the field, and when they graduate and go out in the field, those employers see a quality education brought forth into a professional. So are there any students here today? No? Okay. Well, students here, once they complete the program, they rave about it because they know that it has transformed their lives. Now think about the president said. It's really a program that has changed many, many lives, and will continue to do so by the foundation that Clem established. The other thing that Clem has a gift for is making connections and keeping those connections. And the diversity of those that are here is really a testament to that. I'm really happy that I've had this relationship with Clem. I won't speak about the myriads of other initiatives that we've worked on together, but just like to say that we've established some long-standing collaborations also on the non-credit side, as some of you can attest to, that not only serve our students enrolled in our programs, but serve other members of the community that do not seek a degree coming into the college, do not seek a degree as they look to better their lives. And those collaborations, again, have transformed their lives. Think about someone that works in a shop as a helper. Once that person gets trained, gets an apprenticeship experience, they can become an apprentice technician and be on track to become a mechanic. And that, again, creates an opportunity for that person to be financially stable, to be supportive, to be the support pillar of their family, and it really creates a path towards economic betterment for that individual. And that is so needed in the Bronx that it's truly a testament to claim that all the work that he does is to serve our students, not as they are right now, but as they could be. And he makes it possible for them to walk that path, get to that end, and get that first job. So again, Clem, great testament to the work that you've done. So I believe we have the next person on the agenda.
Yeah, John McDermott.
Yeah. Thank you. It's great to see everybody. This is really exciting. First, I want to just speak very briefly on behalf of Consortium for Worker Education, which is the workforce and training and economic development arm of the New York City Central Labor Council, about the importance of this institution and the relationship with CUNY and BCC and how it's developed. And I'd like to bring my colleague Ira Stern up to talk about our apprenticeship. The New York City Central Labor Council represents 1.2 million union households in the metropolitan area in every possible sector. They're even unionized stock traders. People think usually of unionized and they think hard hats and hammers, but the truth is it's for every occupation you can think of, there's a unionized component to that. So our role at CWE, we serve about 50,000 New Yorkers every year, and our intent is to both upskill and train incumbent union workers, about 25,000, and then for adult basic education and industry-specific skills training, we bring another 25,000 people into the workforce, into unionized employment. So we're always looking for partnerships, for a way to give people the skills they need to get to the high income, to the benefited positions that will give them a lifelong career and the ability to live in New York City at a sustainable wage. This is basically a way to sustain and rebuild the middle class. So for a lot of our apprenticeships, they have apprenticeship schools, but we're always looking for institutions that can help us train people, give them the skills they need in a respectful and diligent manner, folks that have industry experience, and that's led us to BCC. As Ira and I, and we'll get to in a moment, founded an apprenticeship for mechanics, NYMAP, the New York Mechanics Apprenticeship Program, in 2016. We found ourselves here looking for a partner, and more on that in a minute. But the amazing thing about this institution and the amazing thing about Clement Drummond and his staff, and Dr. Montenegro and everyone we worked with over the years, is they never say no. They find a way to get it done. They know the industry. They know the technology. They built this amazing facility. But there's always a way. Can we do X, Y, Z? Yes, but then they find a way. They work with our budgets. They work with our crazy ideas. But it's brought us to a place where not only we're about to dramatically expand our apprenticeship, but we're also moving into training the workforce in electric vehicle safety and servicing. We're creating on-ramps into the private and public transportation sector for low-income New Yorkers. Just whatever comes next, we know we have partners here, we have a home here, and we're able to share this amazing resource with those who will benefit most. So thank you, everyone here, for the roles you play in moving this. But I'd like to ask Brother Ira Stern from the Machinists Union to talk about our apprenticeship.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
Well, thank you, John. Yeah, this building is an amazing resource, and hats off to BCC and Clem for making this happen. Also, CWE is an amazing resource, as is Clem himself for spearheading this department over the years to become what it is today, foremost in the field in the area and beyond. I am from the Machinists, from the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers. We started, as you said, about close to 8 years ago, forming an apprenticeship. It's a registered apprenticeship with the New York State Department of Labor, which means that everybody going through it has to work, get a certain number of hours on the job, and go to classes. The classes we ran over the years have been every other Fridays, every 2 weeks here at this facility across the way in basement of Sage Hall. That's where our apprentices learned what they have to know theory-wise or other than the hands-on. That's how you learn. And an apprenticeship dictates that you have hands-on training, and that they got in our shops, working at various diesel employers like Penske and Truck King and others. And then they also came here once a week to learn the theory that went along with the hands-on. And that's how you become not an apprentice, but a journeyman worker. That's at the $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 and beyond range. So that's what our apprenticeship did. I'm proud of what we have been able to do. I'm proud of the work with the CWE and John, and especially proud that we found a home here at Bronx Community College with Professor Clem Drummond. Thank you, everybody.
I got one. Yeah, just one last thing. Amongst the great work that the machinists do is they've always been groundbreakers in making sure that the workers in title for our apprentices have the best benefits in the country, one of the highest annuities contractually in the country, which is why they retire young, which is why we're always in need. But in terms of groundbreaking understanding, one of the things the apprenticeship has allowed us to pursue in terms of advocacy and policy is separating the idea of college or career. It's not college or career. It's college and career. Your career leads to your college. And all of our apprentices receive 39 credits over the arc of their tenure here, bankable CUNY credits. But the Machinists Union has really been outstanding. They will pay for, and Ira, you're going to correct me if I'm wrong, an associate's degree for all of their members and their immediate family. So this is, we're doing something very serious here. Young people come in, they enter the industry, they make an extraordinary wage, they have benefits that preserve them throughout, and throughout they can always pursue post-secondary education, something we're really proud of promoting, right? So am I...
I guess we're up to that.
We're up to that, okay. You might want to get someone with two hands to do this. I don't want to...
I can do it like that.
Okay. So,
It only weighs 20 pounds.
there you go.
Lucky I go to the gym.
It is with great pleasure and an honor for myself, my colleagues, our students, our apprentices, to present this plaque honoring Professor Drummond and honoring the opening of the Patterson Garage, I think, the premier automotive and transportation training facility in the entire region. So thank you all for being here, and let's celebrate the day. Thank you.
John,
Thank you.
thank you. That's beautiful. Thank
Really,
you.
my pleasure.
Yes. Thank all my friends here. Well, friends and colleagues, all right? This is really a big moment due to the fact that I worked on this project for 8 years, right? We look back at when we started. It started with a CUNY 2020 grant through the governor's office. And we were fortunate. We put in for $9.2 million, and the campus received $9 million. Of that $9 million, the lion's share was $4 million for automotive technology. So in the governor's office at that time, they knew that cars are advancing in technology and people have to be educated. This is not something you learn in your backyard anymore or for YouTube, all right? So anyway, with that being said, putting the plans together, working with a lot of individuals that are on the plaque. So this is not all about me. It's all about a team of people, from Dr. Montenegro to the architect, and I'll introduce each one of them in a second. The faculty team, all right? Knowing what we needed to actually get the job done. And we must have did the blueprints over and over again. Every month they'd say, the prices are changing, you gotta go do it again. I never gave up, because for the simple reason, I always had the vision of what this could be. And when I was interviewed for the job, I told them I could make this place into something different, something that'll be here for students, and basically I call this my legacy job, and which I'm proud to be part of the BCC family. I have gotten so much cooperation over the years from administration, and even our PPS, I can't forget them because they service the building, they repair any problems that are there, and so we made a lot of friends there. So at this point, let me call up the people that are on the plaque. Dr. Montenegro, from the Office of he's also the VP and Provost. Vincenzo Rizgalia, we're going to have to Photoshop him in. Oh, no. Okay. Alan Sabo, all right. Professor Pachoros. Vincente Montero, I don't know if he's here. Okay. Where's my chief architect? Octavio Gomez. Now, there's a person that put a lot of work and effort, and a lot of times he had to listen to me saying the same story, when is this done? Okay, and then we have Ariana Quarry, and she also has helped me tremendously. Well, come on up. This is like, all right. And he retired, but he was the senior CLT, Robert Troyes. And where's Yolanda? I couldn't do this without Yolanda, all right? Yolanda's my office assistant, and I mean, she does a lot of the planning as far as, things, events, and everything. I mean, we write letters together, we have to do the electric school bus program. She's always there and so helpful and makes my day so much better. Okay, so now here's what I wrote. I'm so proud of what we have achieved as a team. This is truly a team. Nobody ever complained. We just kept on going. So we got the right people on the team, all right? We have transformed this building into a beautiful, functional space done with your creativity and dedication in completing the renovation. The result is stunning and impressive. We can all agree it was worth the journey when we saw the smiling faces of our students entering the building. Today, they are learning the most advanced technology that includes electrification of vehicles and will go on to better paying jobs in the transportation industry. The legacy of your efforts will span decades as students enter the workforce. Thank you so much. Okay. The team. Oh, wait a second. Tom is a new, you don't want to, okay. Thomas Ventori was a student here. Oh, okay. I went right into this. Thomas is a new hire, and he's actually graduated from Bronx Community College, all right? And years ago, I gave him the Hank Hazawar Award, and I met his parents years ago at a dinner. And then he went on to Farmingdale College, all right, where he excelled there as well. And through Alan, Professor, he kept in touch with him. And when we had the need, he said, gee, would you like to come work for us? And he has the passion, the desire, and the credentials that we were looking for. So we're very proud to have him. If you want to say anything about your
I just want to say I'm very thankful for the opportunity. I love this place. I love who I'm teaching, all the students. They're great. The people that want to learn, they're willing to learn, and they bright up and they're excited to learn. So that's why I love. I love being here for the students. It's really a great experience, and I want to thank Alan, Professor George, and Bob. They've always been backing me since I started here. I'm very thankful. Thank you guys. Thank you. And Clem, of course. Thank you.
So I guess at this point, it's lunchtime.